لا شوف الساج كلهم واقفين ثابتين تقريبا.
هنا الأسماك الثابتة تحاول قدر الإمكان وجودها.
هاي شو طالع منها؟ شنو هذا البيت؟ هاي شنو هاي؟
فشي هذا رب العالمين ينطيه اياه مثل الطعم، يمكن لو البقية ما بيهم اكو اسماك رب العالمين يحط لهم فشي مثل الطعم حتى يجذبون بقية الاسماك بعدين ياكلوها، بس يجوز هاي حاطين بيها هم فشي ليراقبوها. عشان تبغى عليك
باحتقار يعني، وفوقها صارت يعني
حديل والسمكة.
شوف هذا تتصور هذول سنان، شوفوا شلون يتحركون. هذول مدنفوشين. هذول تشوفها؟ شنو هذا الشيء؟ الزرع هذا مال البحر؟ وحشي كذي تختض. تشوفها؟ هاي القدام الحمراء، هاي قدامي.
قدامك هي هاي بالضبط تهتز. هذول جامدين بمكانهم، كان عبالك ياخذون صور عبالك
يدرون شغل كامل
ما يتحركون. اسماك عجيبة سبحان الله. اكو وحدة هناك قاعدة تشوفين؟
اي
مرتاحة.
شوف يوم نجم البحر.
اي
غير الوان كبار ذولي. هذا الاسود هم ترى نجم البحر.
هذا المخلوق غير مائي اعزائي المشاهدين، كيس يعني ربع. خشني
شوف سنان تتحرك.
لو حيدر هنا كان طلع بحذاءه. هذه الباعي هاي السمينة لهنا، هاي عيانها هاي خرب ضحك قاعدة فوق صاحبتها وذيك ولا كأنه يعني مو في شيء مهم. واو سلطعون سلطعون بعيد. والله اكو سلطة هنا، يعني الأرض مليانة سلطعون.
هذا كراب
واكو بالبي كراب معناها زبالة، يعني خريط معناها ايضا. واحد لازم يدير باله لا يغلط، لانه اكو كراب فاهم ريسبشنست مالنا اسمها سوزان كراب، فاكو ناس عشائر البو كراب.
شي هذا اللي يتحرك، شوف شلون يتحرك.
اي هذا الاخطبوط، شوفي ايش كبره عملاق.
ما اشوفه وينه.
عملاق ضخم كلش، بس ما يبين بوضوح.
شوف هذا اللي قاعد جانب.
بس الأخطبوط كان بعيد، كتير بعيد، ممكن نفوت للبتاع. شاعر البوكرة.
You remain seated for the duration of the show. The creature that has appeared in the tank in front of you is our diver Sean, and he'll be our guide this afternoon through this small corner of the underwater world. You are presently 5 meters or 15 feet below the water's surface, aboard an actual vessel some 150 feet in length and 50 feet wide. More than 5,000 animals of various species, all native to the local area, inhabit the waters around the vessel in a natural but protected environment. The water temperature outside the viewing ports is currently 8 degrees Celsius or 48 degrees Fahrenheit, which is why Sean is wearing the protective equipment you see, so he does not feel the least bit cold. In addition to his dry suit, Sean wears a weight belt to help control his buoyancy. At this depth, his air supply will last him up to 90 minutes, and through the use of underwater communications, he can not only hear us, but he can talk to us as well. So let's have a great big round of applause to welcome our diver, Sean. Hi, Sean. How are you this afternoon?
I'm doing just fine, Lisa. Hope everybody's enjoying their day here in Victoria, despite the rain. I don't really care much for the rain, but what can you do? Like Lisa said, my name is Sean, and my job today is to introduce you guys to some of our marine life here in the aquarium. As you guys have already noticed, we do have quite a bit of it, so hopefully it will be somewhat interesting. Other than that, you guys just sit back and enjoy the show.
Thanks, Sean.
Crabs, being crustaceans, are members of a group of creatures that in sheer numbers dominate the Earth and have done so for more than 500 million years. The crab's hard shell is in fact its skeleton, so that in order to grow, it must be shed and replaced by a larger one, up to 7 times in a lifetime. Once hatched from its egg, the crab spends the early stages of its life swimming freely amongst the plankton. A master of adaptability, the crab inhabits every corner of the ocean and ranges in size from less than half an inch up to 11 feet across.
Crabs most commonly found in our waters include the red rock, the Dungeness, the Puget Sound king crab, and the hermit crab. Generally a solitary dweller, crabs usually prefer to remain hidden in crevices, under rocks, or in the case of the hermit crab, in the discarded shells of other creatures. 2 of the crab's legs have developed into powerful pincers for feeding and defense, and in the case of a larger species, a painful wound may be inflicted. As a secondary line of defense, crabs have developed the ability to shed and regenerate their limbs, often giving up a leg to a serious predator, in the hopes that he'll leave the rest of them alone.
Another group of creatures capable of regeneration are the sea stars. In fact, in some cases, should the animal be cut into 2 or more pieces, a corresponding number of complete and separate animals will eventually develop. Relying on a remarkable system of hydraulics for locomotion and a single photosensitive cell
إذا
actively
تقصيها
on precise,
القطعة المقصوصة تصير حيوان في حد ذاتها، تكبر وتصير ستار. سبحان الله.
as successful predators which have adapted to life in the deepest abyss or the shallowest shoreline, the sea stars prey on shellfish, sponges, anemones, fish, and other sea stars. Once the victim has been located, it's grasped or opened with a pressure sometimes exceeding 100 pounds. The sea star then forces its own stomach out of its body into and over the meal, where it's digested before being passed back through the mouth.
The waters of the Pacific Northwest support the greatest variety of sea stars found anywhere on Earth. And one of these, the ochre star, is the most common of the intertidal sea stars. The ochre star can often be seen in large numbers clinging to rocks and pilings at low tide. Varying in color from orange and brown to purple and yellow, this sea star reaches a diameter of 12 inches. On the underside of the sea star are tens of thousands of tiny tube feet, which enable the animal to glide over the roughest surfaces at 1/8 of a mile per hour.
Long believed to be the link between animals and plants, anemones are now known to be carnivorous animals, closely related to the corals, hydroids, and jellyfish. In fact, anemones could almost be considered jellyfish that have decided to stand on their heads and attach to the rock for a while. The tentacles are equipped with stinging cells, which act like tiny harpoons, barbed and poisonous. Should some unfortunate creature come into contact with them, they are snared, paralyzed, and drawn through the mouth into the body cavity. As very prolific and colorful as flowers, anemones will often congregate in huge numbers, where the action of wave and current afford a rich and plentiful food supply. In these areas, the sea floor is transformed into a living yet ghostly garden.
Not all anemones remain attached to the seafloor. Some actually burrow into it, and others can swim away when faced with a predator. But the most common means of defense is simply to fold up the tentacles and become a featureless, round blob upon the rock. The anemone also assumes this position while digesting its food. The natural laws of the jungle also apply to the creatures of the sea. However, to keep our marine life happy, we interfere slightly with nature and provide a feeding time. Although difficult to train many fish, Sean has conditioned ours to respond to the sound of a dinner bell. The fishes of the world can be appreciated for their stunning beauty, complexity, and importance in the food chain. But it comes as a surprise to many people to learn that fish are actually very long-lived. A lifespan of 30 to 40 years is not uncommon, and many of the fish here at the gardens have been with us for 15 years or more. Sean, can you tell us a bit about the fish around you right now?
As you guys can see, we have a lot of different types of fish here. And I guess we'll start with the majority of them. Most of the fish you guys see in front of you is a member of the family called rockfish family. And rockfish are easy to distinguish from other fish. Guys, they have those spiny dorsal fins running down the middle of their back, just like these guys here in front of me. It's like those big bright orange ones you guys see. And just pretty much like most of them. Those big dorsal fins are their line of defense against predators like seals, sea lions, and bigger fish. Rockfish are definitely on the menu in the ocean. There's a lot of things I would love to eat rockfish. This guy here, the brown guy with the blue spots, and these guys, the blue ones with the brown spots, those are what we call kelp greenling. And these, the bigger ones here, the green fins, those are the females. And the smaller ones, like this guy in front of me, that's the little males. The females are a lot bigger and colored a little bit differently. Now, kelp greenling like to hang around kelp pits. It's a good place for them to hide, and it's a good place for them to find food. You guys can see these tropical looking fish to my left here. The guy can just swim off with a striped sea birch. Looks like he's wearing a pinstripe suit. Right here, hanging out of my head now. His cousin's in here as well, called the pile perch. And He looks just like that guy, but he's got that black stripe running down him. They're actually about this long. I don't know, they're pretty neat.
Sea cucumbers.
If you guys can't get a good look at any of the fish I'm showing you, or any of the marine life, after the show, feel free to come up to the glass. I'll leave this guy perched up here, so if anyone wants to look at him a little bit later, feel free. He's almost in a perfect ball now. Something all these fish that I'm just telling you about have in common is they have something called an internal swim bladder. And what that is it allows fish to float neutrally. As you can see, these guys are just sitting here, not struggling up or struggling down. So they just sit there perfectly, and that works like my dry suit. I have this inflator button to put air into my dry suit, and that allows me just to float wherever I want to float. The next guy that I'm going to show you doesn't have one of those, so he's a bottom feeder, and I'll go get him right now for you.
Michael, go sit down.
Here he is here. So this guy's called a Camazon. And he's a pretty neat looking fish. He doesn't have scales like most of the fish in here. He's got a sandpapery like skin, almost like a shark. And the reason he's colored the way he's colored is because his line of defense is camouflage. So he pretty much just looks like a rock sitting on the seabed. And sometimes making it difficult. Find him in the wild would be a really hard thing to do. They blend in really well with their surroundings. This guy here is a member of a family of fish called the sculpin family. And Amazons, which is what this guy is, are the largest members of the sculpin family. This guy's only about half of his full-grown size, maybe not even that. So they get quite a bit larger than this. And the reason he's trying to get back over there is because these fish are territorial. That's why he's always sitting in that one spot on the other side. You watch, he'll go back. Not yet, buddy. So I'll try and get him across the glass here. You'll notice he'll swim right back to his little spot when I'm finished with him here.
شنو يزعل؟ في شوي قومي.
So that guy there is the Amazon. The next guy that I'm going to show you is my personal favorite. He's a big snake-like fish. And we actually have a large one. He's a wolf eel. I'm going to go get him out of his net right now.
Thanks, Sean.
The ferocious-looking wolf eel is in fact an elongated fish, sometimes growing to 8 feet in length. Its powerful jaws, equipped with 20 needle-sharp teeth, enable it to eat many hard-shelled creatures, including sea urchins, which it effortlessly crushes, shells, spines, and all. The wolf eel's evil appearance is only skin deep, for they usually mate for life, and even in the wild, are eager to please and play with divers. The male wolf eel, although larger and heavier than the female, is the less aggressive of the two, and often bears the scars of past domestic strife. As juveniles, both male and female are brilliant orange in color, which gradually fades to the mottled gray and black of the adult.
Taking up residence in rocky dens and guarding them jealously, wolf eels are often encountered by divers with only their faces peering out of a hole in the rock, and looking for all the world like a pair of inquisitive underwater muppets. Here at the gardens, the wolf eels have become favorites because they're so friendly and fascinating.
The 19th century writer, Victor Hugo, described the manner in which an octopus ingests food, in this case, a human being. You enter the beast, you become one. The tiger can only devour you. The devilfish inhales you. He draws you to him, into him, and bound and helpless, you feel yourself emptied into his frightful sack, which is a monster, To be eaten alive is more than terrible, but to be drunk alive is inexpressible. Tales of giant octopus dragging ships and sailors to their doom and guarding the treasures of sunken galleons have assured the octopus an evil, yet totally undeserved reputation. The largest octopus in the world occurs right here in Pacific Northwest waters and often reaches up to 18 feet across. The largest known specimen was captured off Victoria, BC in 1885 and measured 32 feet, almost 10 meters, from tentacle tip to tentacle tip. But the octopus is not the malevolent nightmare monster myth has made him, but rather a shy, intelligent creature and a master of his world.
I'd like to introduce you all to Armstrong, our giant Pacific octopus. His 8 arms are covered with 1,600 suction cups, each of which can be manipulated independently. His tentacles are used for grasping prey and for locomotion, but Armstrong has a backup means of movement: jet propulsion. By flooding his mantle cavity and then forcing the water out through his siphon, Armstrong can jet away from danger at speeds of up to 20 miles per hour. A master of disguise, Armstrong can change his skin color and texture to exactly match his background, becoming practically invisible to both predator and prey.
The octopus hunts at night, feeding mainly on crab, which he cracks with a parrot-like beak located at the base of his tentacles. Their eyesight is excellent, and experiments have shown them capable of solving quite complex problems involving manipulation and memory. Just prior to laying her eggs, the female octopus selects a suitable cave with the narrowest of possible entrances. Once inside, she hangs her eggs from the roof, and for the next 4 to 6 months, never leaves them to feed, but lives off her own body fats and proteins. The female will shrink to half her normal size during this incubation period, and then, on the week when the eggs finally begin to hatch, she is so consumed herself that she dies within the cave, as her orphaned offspring run the gauntlet of hungry creatures lurking outside.
Armstrong's body is covered with a thin layer of slime, which is there to protect him from bacteria and infection. This is why Sean has been wearing protective diving gloves, and why he must eventually allow Armstrong to return to his den to minimize handling. And how about a great big round of applause for our diver, Sean? Thanks for a great show, Sean.
No problem. Sorry about that squeaking there, guys. I'd like to thank all you guys for coming out to Victoria's Undersea Gardens. Hope everybody got a chance to learn a little something about some of the marine life here on the West Coast. Other than that, my job's finished here, so if you guys have any questions for me, just get Lisa to come get me. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Other than that, you guys enjoy the rest of your day here in Victoria. Bye.
For most of us, the sea is an alien place. We're not consciously affected by it. We give it no emotional thought, but it is essential that we do. For many of us, the sight of the distant stars and planets is more familiar than that of our own ocean realm. Only through understanding that we are all directly linked to and dependent upon the fragile beauty of the sea and its inhabitants will we ensure their survival, and by doing so, ensure our own. We've just spent a few brief moments with some of the creatures of the sea, with whom we share this, our planet ocean.
Thank you for visiting the Undersea Gardens. Please feel free to have another look through our aquariums and have a wonderful day in Victoria.
اي طبعا. الآن إلى متحف الشمع. شنو هو؟ والله جد حلو. أي. Hayır. Hayır.